Oh, it's so good to see all of you. I hope you're all doing so well. I am here in my quarantine room, staying safe, washing my hands, and not touching my face. I hope you're all doing well. Have I got a good show for you today? It's an explosive show as we talk to a guest that's inspirational and an encouragement to us all. Now, without any further ado, let's talk to or hear it for Hannah. Hannah, how are you today? Can you hear me okay, Hannah?
Yes, Seemore, I can hear you just fine.
Oh, goody, goody gumdrops. You're looking very well today, Hannah.
Thank you. Just staying inside, trying to keep busy.
Yes. Now, Hannah, are you surviving this quarantine okay?
I am. Seemore, are you? Seems like you've been redecorating.
What do you mean by that, Hannah?
Well, it seems like you have something different behind you. I recall a different picture.
Oh, yes. You've got an eye for the details, Hannah. Yes, at my last interview, I broke my grandmother's picture. So I went ahead. It was a picture that said powerful. So I thought maybe I could trick her. And I wrote powerful. And I drew me with muscles going like this. Can you see the resemblance?
Oh, definitely. Yeah. Those are quite the muscles you got.
Yes, that's what I thought, Hannah. Well, Hannah, enough about my muscles and how powerful I am. Why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself?
I'd be glad to. My name is Hannah, and I am married to a wonderful husband named Elkanah. And
who?
Elkanah.
Elkanah?
Yes.
Like I come a knocking?
Yeah, like an elk that comes a knocking.
Okay, yes. Elkanah, okay. Sorry to interrupt.
No problem. So, well, my story goes that Elkanah was a very kind husband, but I felt bad because we were not able to have children. And of course, that's what I wanted, a family and to have children. And it just made me very sad and despair. And sometimes people would make fun of me, and it would make me feel very bad. So one day I started praying in the temple at a celebration, and just asked God to grant me a child, and if He would, then I would bring that child and dedicate him to the service of the Lord.
Yes. Now, this just in, Hannah, right off the presses. I got here that Elkanah, now I know this was kind of tradition, or this was okay back then, but Elkanah also had another wife, and she was one that she would make fun of you. Is that true?
Oh, yes. I was trying to be nice and not say anything, but yeah, she made fun of me, and it really bothered me.
I bet it did. I mean, that's like a mother-in-law wrapped up in a couple mother-in-laws wrapped up in another one big group having to deal with her. Not that there's anything wrong with mother-in-laws. I'm not married and I don't deal with them, but I can imagine.
So yes, it was very hard, but I tried to do the right things. I tried to be a good wife, and then God actually was blessed with a child after many years.
Yes. Just a minute. This just in off the presses again. Elkanah, is it true that Elkanah really loved you the most, like you were very special to him. I mean, you just look like a radiant ball of sunshine, Hannah. I can't imagine why you wouldn't be his favorite. Is that true? He did love you and care for you extra special.
Well, I don't like to brag, but yeah, every time that there was a tradition that we would go to a town to make a sacrifice
Yes.
to celebrate, to worship God. And when he would divide the meat to eat, he would always give me double the portion that he would give his other
Double the
wives.
portion, double the fun.
Of course.
Yes. So you got the extra meat.
Yes, you might say that I did.
What a great husband that Elkanah is.
Oh, very, very. He's wonderful.
Yes, now it says here, and as you were sharing, Hannah, God, you prayed and you were obedient and you were faithful, and God redeemed you by giving you a child, and you named him Samuel.
Yes, Samuel means heard by God, and that's how I felt, that God had heard me and redeemed me and blessed me with this child, Samuel.
Oh, that's true. Did you ever call him Sammy Boy? Sammy Davis Jr.? You probably don't even know Samuel or Sammy Davis Jr., do you? You're
Can't
a little
say that I'm familiar with it.
What was that?
Can't say that I'm familiar with that, but once in a while when he was I might have called him, "Hey, Sammy boy," because he was so cute, of course.
Yes. Now, you in response to God giving you Samuel, you dedicated him to God, and he went to work in the temple with Eli. Is that true?
That is true. Yes.
And so he stayed there, but you kept in contact like any good mother.
Oh, of course. Every year we would visit, and I would make things for him.
What a good mother. Did you know, Hannah, that my mother every year would take me places and try to get rid of me and leave me, hoping that I would just stay there, but I always found myself going home, and she would get upset for some reason, and then she would take me back to another place and abandon me. You would never do that, would you?
Oh, no. This was something I felt I needed to do, that God had redeemed me, and to thank him, I felt like that I should dedicate Samuel to his service. And so I left him in a very safe place. I left him with Eli.
And he grew up to be quite the judge or prophet, we like to call him. You must be a proud mother.
Very proud, very proud.
So what does it feel like, Hannah, we've been talking in my show with the boys and girls of God's redemption, that God hears our cries. And though, culturally, I know that it was tough to be in your position, but God finds ways to redeem all people, to let them know that they are special no matter what their situation. How does it feel to be a good representation of God's redemption?
I feel very honored. I feel very blessed that God would choose to redeem me, and like you said, he helps all of us. He redeems all of us when we ask. And God, so to be part of that was very, 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 very honored. And I feel like, some people ask me, how could you just send your child to go and live in a church and be raised by a very nice person, but not get to see him all the time? And it was hard, but I felt like to honor that redemption, I needed to do that. And so not only did God give me Samuel, but God blessed Elkanah and I with three more boys and 2 girls after that.
That's many children. That's woo!
It's the house full.
Yes, 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 yes. Hannah, I just wanted to say thank you for being on the show. You, as I said, are a good representation of God's redemption. You're a hero in my book of how you were faithful. And even though your situation always didn't look the best, or you still held on, and God redeemed you in a way that you needed. And would you say that God, all of us, no matter what situation we find ourselves in, that God will redeem us and help us? And it may not be the same like others, but we can find our value and our hope in God.
Oh, yes, definitely.
Yes. Hannah, again, it's been such a good pleasure to have you on the show. And I hope you and the family continue to stay safe and protect yourselves and don't go crazy like I have in my room.
Well, you know, Seymour, if you're bored, I could always send a few children your way.
Oh no, I think I'm good. That would break my quarantine. And there's not many. My room is not very big, and I'm kind of just me myself in here. It gets a little too much. I don't know if that makes sense or anything, but a little bit of me, my mother would always say, goes a long, long, long way. So I'm going to pass on that, but thank you. You can just send them to Eli.
Well, thank you, Seymour. I was honored to be here.
Well, there you have it, boys and girls. There's Hannah, and what a great story, a great hero of representing God's redemption. And wherever you are, whatever you are doing, whatever situation you find yourself in, God is there to redeem you, to hear your hurt and your pain, and to help you in a unique way, because you are special to God. Thank you so much, Hannah. Thank you, boys and girls, for tuning in today. We will see you next week.